Welcome back, everybody, to the Cleveland Guardians franchise here on MLB The Show 22. We're currently in year number 2 of the series, and so far we've gotten off to a good start to the year. Currently 27-18, but we've got our biggest stretch yet, with 4 series coming up against either the White Sox or the Royals. They are the 2 teams closest to us in the AL Central race, with the 3 of those all being separated by only 3 games. We can really add to our lead if we do well these next 2 weeks, and we can also fall behind in the race if we struggle. So we've got a big opportunity to do well and a big opportunity to struggle. As of right now, the team has completely exceeded expectations. I was not expecting us to be this good right off the bat, largely because of the pitching, but the offense has been quite good too. I was looking at some stats around baseball, and I was very surprised to find out that our Cleveland Guardians are currently number 1 in all of baseball in runs scored. That kind of blew my mind because I feel like our offense has taken a step up this year, but not like some crazy step up. So I was very surprised by that, but I'm not complaining. At the end of the episode, we'll be in early June, so that'll be the MLB draft stage. We're going to go over briefly some of the top guys at the end of the episode today, so you'll get your first look at the draft class. We're going to start off by simming this first series against the White Sox. We're going to play against them at home later in the episode. We do get some good news on the injury front, as Elliot Ramos is back from his concussion, so he's back on the big league roster. Steven Kwan will be sent down to the minors. I know Kwan is a fan favorite, but he's had a really bad season. His OPS is at 511, so he needs to go down. When Ramos originally was hurt, we brought up Jalen Davis, and he's been pretty good. I have no reason to send him back down. Adbert Alzolay is also back healthy. He got injured during his very first start of the year, so I'm excited to finally get to see what he can do in our rotation. And then Gavin Williams will go back down to AAA. I think Williams has done very serviceable in his spot, but our other 4 starters are better, so that's why Williams is going to go down. We would go 2-1 in the games against Chicago, so now we're going to play one of these games in Kansas City. I wanted to pitch with Adbert Alzolay, so we're going to simulate this first game, and we would lose. So we're so far 2-2 today. We're 29-20, a game and a half ahead of the Kansas City Royals as we head out to Kauffman Stadium here in Kansas City, Missouri. The 2 best teams currently in the American League Central, the Cleveland Guardians and the Kansas City Royals. 2 teams with very young and bright futures looking to square off today as we look at both lineups 1-9. I guess the lone surprise for Cleveland is Ryan Bliss getting the start at shortstop today. He has not started many games so far in his major league career. Wanted to see what he can do. Here is Taylor Hearn on the mound for the Royals. He's a lefty, not having a great season. 1-5 record, 5.52 ERA, as he starts with a walk against the lefty killer Ahmed Rosario, who's gotten off to a pretty slow start this season, but he does get on base. That'll bring up Jose Ramirez, who started this season on fire, but he's been on a pretty bad slump the past month or so, looking to really snap out of it as he singles up the middle into center field. So the Guardians have a couple early base runners. 2 away now for Josh Bell. He gets plunked on the shoulder. Bell takes a hard hit. He stares down the pitcher walking to first base. And now the bases are loaded. 2 away for Jalen Davis. And he's going to come up clutch. Davis rips it into the right center gap. 2 runs will score. And the Guardians are on the board. It's a 2-run single for Jalen Davis. And if he can continue to hit the ball really well, he's going to stay on the Major League roster. He has earned this opportunity to stick around in the bigs. Here's Adbert Alzolay, acquired in the offseason from the Cubs. In his very first start as a Guardian, he got hurt. So this is his first full start, assuming he stays healthy the entire time. Here's Isaac Benitez, rips it into left. Marte cannot make the play. Benitez, the speedster, rounding second, headed to third. That'll be a 1-out triple for Isaac Benitez. And the Royals have a runner 90 feet away from home as they look to get on the board. That'll bring up Andrew Benintendi, a weak grounder over to third. Jose Ramirez makes the play at first. However, the run does score, so the Royals are on the board as it's now 2-1. Kansas City cuts the lead at half. That'll bring up the catcher, Salvador Perez, with a bomb into left center field. That baby is out of here, and the Kansas City Royals are going to tie it up. So the Guardians scored 2 in the first inning. The Royals say, hold my beer. They get 2 of their own, and we are knotted up. Into the bottom of the second now, Charlie Culberson up for Kansas City. He singles it into right field. Josh Bell unable to make the play at first. The throw a little bit offline by Straw, but it's not going to matter. Runner on second now for Isaac Benitez, who grounds it to second. Good play by Rosario. So Adbert Alzolay gets through the second inning pretty easily. Hopefully he can have some more innings like that one as we go to the third. Ketel Marte opens things up with a walk, so the leadoff man is aboard. That'll bring up Jose Ramirez, got a base hit and scored in his first at-bat. And it looks like he's going to get another one, ripping the single into center field. Good to see Ramirez hitting the ball well today because he's barely hitting 250 at the moment. Really struggling there at the plate. That'll bring up Franmil Reyes, who rips it to short. The one thing Cleveland could not have on that play was a double play, and it's a 6-4-3 double play. Ketel Marte is now at third. Maybe Josh Bell can drive him in as that pitch is well inside. Josh Bell got plunked in his first at-bat. Nearly was hit by the pitch again. Count is now full. Pitch on its way here from Taylor Hearn. Again, that one makes Bell juke out of the way. Josh Bell got hit earlier. Now he had to move out of the way twice on that at-bat. Very interesting. We'll see if that leads to some foreshadowing later in the game. Jalen Davis strikes out, so Hearn gets out of the inning. 2 runners left on. Nobody scores. Game still tied at 2 here in the bottom of the third. Adbert Alzolay continuing to get rocked as it's a single into left field by Salvador Perez, who has had an unbelievable season at the plate. He has been one of the best offensive players in baseball, quite frankly. That'll bring up Mitch Haniger, grounded to short. Bliss bobbles it. Not going to matter. It's a 6-4-3 double play. That's exactly the situation that Cleveland's offense was in the top half of the inning. So I guess Kansas City kind of got karma, in a sense. Now into the fourth inning, still 2-2. Nobody has scored since the first inning. 2 away for the catcher, Victor Caratini. Great play at third, but Caratini will be safe at first, just barely. Victor Caratini continuing a breakout season at the plate. He has been really, really impressive and has been the full-time starting catcher since Omar Narvaez got hurt. But even when Narvaez comes back, I can't see him taking Caratini's spot. Rosario draws a walk. That'll bring up Ketel Marte with 2 away, who pops it into shallow foul territory. It's caught by the first baseman. Both teams are getting a lot of base runners, but other than the first inning, neither offense has been able to capitalize. Bottom of the fourth now, it's the designated hitter, Bobby Witt Jr., who draws a walk on the cutter, so he'll reach base safely. Now it's second for Nicky Lopez, goes down looking on the cutter. 3 straight scoreless innings for Adbert Alzolay, who's allowing a lot of base runners today, but he has not allowed any runs to score since the first inning. Taylor Hearn out of the game for Kansas City. He'll be replaced by the line reliever Ross Stripling as he faces off against Jose Ramirez to lead off the inning. Ramirez pops this one high and deep into right field. Back at the track, at the wall, it's caught. That one looked like it had enough to go over the fence, but it kind of pedaled down pretty quickly. So Jose Ramirez gets pretty unlucky to start the inning. I think he's just cursed offensively this last month or so. Luckily, Franmil Reyes is going to make sure this one has no chance of staying in the ballpark as that one is out of here in front of the giant fountain. Another home run for Franmil Reyes, his 12th of the year. Unlike Jose Ramirez, Franmil Reyes has actually played really well this past month or so. That one goes 431 feet, so the Guardians are back on top. The solo home run from the Franimal will make it a 3-2 ball game. Bottom of the fifth, Alzolay still in, as this one is flown into right field. Should be caught by Miles Straw to end the inning. This was an up-and-down game for Adbert Alzolay. He allowed a ton of base runners, but did not allow any of them to score after the first inning. His day done through 5, allowing 2 runs. Overall, pretty good. He'll be replaced by Nick Sandlin here in the bottom of the 6th. Sandlin's been pretty mediocre this year. Not bad, not good. He has struck out a lot of batters, 31 in 21 innings. That's quite good. Bobby Witt goes down looking on the sinker. Nice pitch from Sandlin. He's now going to try to get the veteran Ender Enciarte. Again, this time on the low slider. Enciarte goes down swinging. No score change. It remains 3-2 as we go into the 7th. Taylor Clark is in for Kansas City. 3.75 ERA in 24 innings as he faces off against Jose Ramirez looking for his 3rd hit of the game. He hits it high and deep into the opposite field. It is gone. Solo home run for Jose Ramirez, his 12th of the year, and it's a 4-2 ball game. Ramirez nearly went deep in his last at-bat. It didn't have enough carry, so he wanted to make sure that one did. Into the 8th inning, Domingo Tapia in for the Royals. This is where this game is about to get real interesting, folks, so buckle up. Miles Straw, hit by pitch. He reaches base early. That's the second batter hit today by the Royals. They've had a ton of pitches well inside. There's another one skimming by the legs of Andres Gimenez. This can't be on accident anymore. I feel like the Royals are trying to either throw at our batters or throw the ball awfully close to them. Victor Caratini singles into right field. That'll score a run. So it's now 5-2 as the Guardians extend the lead. I think Cleveland's starting to get a little bit upset with all of these inside pitches. Ketel Marte, well inside sinker. Count is 2-1. Pitch on its way from Tapia. Slider, well inside. Nearly hit him. Ketel Marte has to be fuming right now. He is pissed that Tapia is trying to throw at him. So he gets his revenge. A moonshot into center field for Ketel Marte, who stares down the pitcher and flips the bat. What a moment for Ketel Marte after getting some pitches thrown pretty much at him almost with a 450-foot moonshot. Talk about revenge. Karma is one son of a gun right now, Kansas City, as it's a 7-2 ball game. We got to look at that one again. A blast for Ketel Marte. That wasn't some rinky-dink home run that barely made it out of the park. That was a total nuke. 450 feet into pretty much dead center field almost, into the fountain. So it's now a 7-2 ball game. I want to look at this replay again real quick. So Marte stares down the pitcher, flips the bat. Tapia is pissed. He's kicking the air, and he is rightfully out of the game. Good riddance. So Daniel Hudson is now in for Kansas City. His first batter is Jose Ramirez. 1-2. That pitch nearly hits him. There's no way this is on accident. It has to be intentional. That pitch, again, right at his feet. All of these pitches are so far inside, it can't be a coincidence. Ramirez strikes out. Still a good inning, though, as the Guardians score 3 and lead 7-2. Into the bottom of the 8th, Camilo Doval is in for the Guardians. He throws upwards of 100 miles an hour for what it's worth, and that's relevant because the Guardians are looking for revenge. That pitch for Benintendi, well inside, makes him jump out of the batter's box. Count is now full. Pitch on its way, plunks him on the back. So now the Guardians are getting in on the throwing at batters portion of this game, as Benintendi will score. It'll be an extra base hit for Adalberto Mondesi. So the Royals kind of get their revenge, but they're still down by 4. They've got a lot of work to do here down the stretch of this ball game. Still a good play for Mondesi as we go to the 9th. James Karinchak, he also throws super hard. He is in for the Guardians. Nicky Lopez plunked on the back. Kansas City Royals manager is fuming. That's ironic because they're the ones who started it. It's their fault. This has been the way in the first place. The umpire makes the motion of warning both benches. I thought he tossed Karinchak for a second, but he's going to stay in the game as it's Isaac Benitez who strikes out. Wow, what a game. Those final 2 innings were definitely something. A lot of tempers flaring. Both teams really getting in on it, but the Guardians win 7-3. Kansas City Royals were on purposely hitting our batters. They were on purposely throwing inside. So we wanted to get a little revenge, and now the Royals are going to cry about it, even though they're the ones who did it the entire game. They are total hypocrites. Nonetheless, a good win for us. 7 runs, 9 hits, 3 home runs. Marte, Ramirez, and Reyes. Edward Alzolay was solid. That first inning, he really struggled. He allowed a lot of base runners, but other than that, he was pretty solid. The Royals' offense was decent. They weren't great. Taylor Hearn kind of struggled. The bullpen also wasn't that great, particularly Domingo Tapia, who we now have it out for. Tapia threw at Miles Straw and hit him, and he had a bunch of other inside pitches as well. We would simulate the last game of the series. We won 6-3. It looks like nobody got hit by a pitch, and none of the pitchers who pitched in the previous game pitched in this one, which was probably a good thing. We don't need full-out malice at the Palace. But I think it's fair to say we've got our new big rival in this series, and it's the Kansas City Royals. We're going to play this 3rd game against the White Sox at home. We split the first 2. I wanted to get an opportunity to pitch with Tristan McKenzie because I'm pretty sure he's the only starter that I have not pitched with yet this season. And McKenzie, as you'll see in a moment, has been playing pretty well this year, so I do want to get a look at him. So we're going to face off against the Chicago White Sox, who are currently 3rd in the division, but it's very close between us, the White Sox, and the Kansas City Dirtballs. That's what I'm going to call them from now on because I'm not a big fan of the Royals at the moment. Here's a look at both lineups. Good to see Elliot Ramos now pretty much being an everyday player again at this point after his concussion in the last episode against the Angels after the ball bonked him on the head. So here's Tristan McKenzie, 3-1, 3.67 ERA, 1.35 whip. He will face off against Lance Lynn, the veteran who's had a great year starting for the White Sox, as Diaboculus strikes out looking at the high 12-6 curve. That pitch was up and away in the zone. I'm surprised he didn't try to capitalize. That'll now bring up Bryson Stott, who goes down looking. Stott apparently weighs 300 pounds in this game. I'm not kidding, and I don't know why, because he's definitely not 300 pounds in real life. That'll bring up Luis Robert, who singles into right field. So the dynamic Robert is on first with 2 away. He's got some wheels. If this is an extra base hit, he's definitely scoring. Well, it's a hit, but it's not an extra base hit. Still a good single for Yasmani Grandal. So now 2 on, 2 out. Big opportunity here for Yohan Moncada, who strikes out on the 12-6 curve. Solid inning for McKenzie. 2 runners left on, 3 strikeouts as we go to the bottom of the first. Lance Lynn walks Miles Straw to open things up. As I was saying earlier, Lance Lynn's having a great year this year, might be an all-star again. He has aged like a fine wine. However, his day will not start off great as Franmil Reyes looks like he drove in a run, but Miles Straw's out at the plate. I'm going to be honest here. I tried to send Straw the entire way. I don't know why he started running back to third. That was on the game, not me. Don't get mad. Into the third inning now, still no score, but that's going to change right here. The first career Major League home run for this young man, Matt Reimold. I don't think we've seen anybody hit their first career home run for us or an opponent in this series yet, so I guess that's kind of cool, even though it came at our expense. Now 1-0 game. Miles Straw looking to answer as that one goes off the tippy top of the wall in left for a double. Miles Straw's had a good start to this game offensively with the walk and the double. Hasn't had a good day on the bases, but he's hitting the ball well. That'll bring up Ketel Marte, grounded to short, fielded cleanly. So the White Sox get out of the inning. Nice play by Bryson Stott, who, of course, is the replacement for Tim Anderson, who signed for big money with the Colorado Rockies to hit dingers in Coors. 1-0 through 3. Tristan McKenzie's pitching well. Lance Lynn pitching a little bit better. He's on fire right now as he strikes out Jose Ramirez on the circle change. The Guardians just cannot hit him. Here's Franmil Reyes. Full count. See ya. He goes down on the 96-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball. And Cleveland just does not have an answer. That'll bring up Josh Bell. Nope. He goes down on the inside fastball. Lance Lynn strikes out the side. He is cruising through 4. Into the 5th inning, here's Adam Engel. He's a speedster, 93 speed. Will open up the inning with an extra base hit. It's a double into right field. Good throw by Naylor, but it's not in time. So the White Sox have one of their fastest base runners in scoring position. He's now at third for Josh Harrison, who flies it into right. Caught by Naylor. Engel headed home. The throw to the plate is just a little bit offline. So it's a sacrifice fly for the veteran Josh Harrison. And the White Sox now lead this game 2-0. That'll bring up the 300-pounder, Bryson Stott, who goes down looking again. 5 solid innings for McKenzie. We'll see if the Guardians are going to make a pitching change in the 6th or if they're still going to rock with him. So far, although McKenzie's pitching well, he has gotten no run support today, but maybe that'll change here in the 5th. Victor Caratini draws a walk. The Guardians haven't been able to get many base runners, so they have to capitalize when they get them on today, and that's not by grounding into double plays. 3-6-2 double play off the bat of Josh Naylor. So the White Sox turn 2. Lance Lynn still on fire, although his pitch count is starting to get up there. Into the 6th inning, full count pitch for Luis Robert. He draws a walk. My plan was to keep McKenzie in until he allowed a base runner. He allows a base runner, so he's taken out of the game. Still a very productive start for McKenzie as he'll be replaced by Jose Alvarez. With one away, Moncada grounds it to short. Jimenez to Marte to Bell. It's a 6-4-3 double play. Alvarez only had to face off against 2 batters. I think he's going to have enough energy to go through another inning. Into the bottom of the 6th, another base hit for Straw. Great play at short by Bryson Stott, who might have just made an earthquake with all of his weight going towards the ground. I feel like I'm allowed to make fun of Bryson Stott being big because he's not actually big in real life, so I don't feel all that bad about it. 2 away here for J. Ram. He skies it into center, caught by Luis Robert. 6 scoreless innings for Lance Lynn, whose pitch count is starting to get up there, but he has shown no signs of slowing down. Jose Alvarez remains in the game for Cleveland. That might be a mistake as Adam Engel rips that one into left center field for extra bases. It will be a double for Engel And the White Sox have one of their speedy base runners in scoring position. Angle now at third here for Reimold, who lines it to third. What a play at the hot corner by Jose Ramirez, saving a run from going on the board. So it remains 2-0 here in the bottom half of the inning. Another strikeout for Lynn. This time his victim is once again Franmil Reyes. He's had 117 pitches, yet is still in the game. Caratini skies it high and to right. It will be caught. 7 scoreless innings for Lance Lynn, 118 pitches. What a performance on the mound for him. Got to imagine his day is done. Jose Alvarez's day is also done for Cleveland. He'll be replaced by the lefty Alex Vesia, who starts the inning with a walk against Diaboculis. So he is aboard with nobody away, as that will bring up Bryson Stott. Little lefty on lefty crime. Stott hits it high and deep and a right, and that goes off the very top of the wall. Ramos tracks after it. That'll be a triple for Bryson Stott. Runner scores from first. That's Diaboculis. And the White Sox will make it a 3-0 ball game as Stott is stirring up the pot, probably with a lot of food. I imagine he's awfully hungry. That'll bring up Luis Robert, who's going to double into left. Good job by Straw to get to it quick enough, but his throw is a little bit offline. That'll score another run. It's now 4-0. Alex Vesia is taken out of the game before he can even record an out. He'll be replaced by Keenan Middleton, whose day also does not start off well. A single into center off of Yasmani Grandal. That will score Luis Robert, and it's now 5-0. That run will also go against Alex Vesia. Bottom of the 8th inning now, Kendall Graveman is in for Chicago. He's having a great year of a 2.03 ERA as he starts off here against Josh Naylor, who started the year off slow. He's been playing a lot better lately. He has been on fire really the past 2 weeks or so, really playing some good baseball at the moment as he singles. Elliot Ramos then draws a walk. Maybe this is where Cleveland, starts to rally. Remember last year when we had that crazy comeback against the White Sox in the month of May? 2 away for Ketel Marte. Singles into the right. Runner headed home. The throw from Reimold is in time. They got him down. What a play by Reimold, who hit his first career home run today and now does that. The Guardians really are allergic to the scoreboard. Liam Hendricks now in to finish it off here in the 9th. It's a 5-run game, so I don't really know why they brought him in, but I guess it worked out as he strikes out Josh Naylor. That's how this game comes to a close. A 5-0 victory here. The White Sox blank the Cleveland Guardians here at Progressive Field. We just did not hit the ball very well today. Point blank, simple. Our pitching was pretty good minus the 8th inning, but their offense happened to play a little bit better. Lance Lynn was unbelievable. 7 scoreless innings. He was ridiculous, only allowing 3 hits. We had only 1 extra base hit the entire game. That was by Miles Straw. He's the only player with a multi-hit game today. It was just tough sledding. Tristan McKenzie takes the loss. I thought McKenzie pitched quite well, but the offense just didn't do enough. I know we led the major leagues in runs at the beginning of the episode, but I still feel like the offense has a lot of work to do. So we're going to simulate the rest of this White Sox series, which is only 1 more game. Adbert Alzolay on the mound as Marcos Villalobos, one of our better pitching prospects, breaks his hand. That's not good. We would beat the White Sox, though, 7-4. So we split that 4-game set, and we are now 33-22. No ground has been made up in the division. We're all still separated by 3 games. So now we have this series against the Royals. It's a 4-game set. I'm not going to get through the whole thing today because the draft is literally in 2 days. So we're going to simulate the first 2 games against the Royals. We lost both of them, so we're now only half a game ahead of the Kansas City Royals, who got some revenge. So with the draft being in the next episode, I do want to introduce ourselves to some of the prospects. We own the 9th overall pick in the first round. There are 15 blue chip prospects to choose from. My criteria for the blue chippers is you can't be a closer, and your MLB ETA needs to be within the next 3 years, so earlier than 2027. Unfortunately, there are only 2 blue chips who fit my criteria. One of them is 23 years old, that being left-handed starting pitcher Mariano Perez. I don't like drafting 23-year-olds in the first round. So of the 15 blue chippers, there's only 1 who totally fits everything I want, and that's 18-year-old third baseman Alvaro Pena out of the Dominican Republic. He's the total package. Good contact, above-average power, good plate skills, good defense, decently fast, no injury risks. There's nothing wrong with him. Maybe he's a little bit small, 5'11", 177. But other than that, Alvaro Pena looks like the best player in this draft class. And we are praying he falls to the 9th pick. I know I like to keep it suspenseful in who I want to draft, but it's kind of obvious he's the best one here. So I'm not going to sugarcoat it. He is the number 1 player on our draft board. and there's nobody else we really want. If Pena is off the board at 9, we could go with Mariano Perez. We could look for someone who is a 2027 MLB ETA but is a 60 overall, like Craig Bishop or Charlie Pulido. Then as we go down the board, looking for depth in the later rounds, there are a lot of guys I like. Even though this is not a top-heavy class, and I think the blue chippers are pretty weak, it's a deep class. There are a lot of pretty good players who I do like. So if we can land Alvaro Pena with the 9th pick, great. If not, we're going to have to figure out what we want to do. But I think in the later rounds, there are a number of players who I'm going to be comfortable with selecting. So the draft will be in the next episode. You guys know I always love to outdo my draft videos. So we're going to go crazy once again this year. And hopefully we can get all the guys we want, which should be pretty exciting. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the episode. Next episode will, of course, be the draft, meaning it will be a live premiere, probably uploaded on Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm not sure which day specifically yet. I'll let you guys know on the community tab within the coming days. So make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace out.